Hi everybody, I'm here to show you how we can set up the language supports for our secure exam accounts for schools. So this is a very easy process to do, but what's really important to note is that this needs to be done per exam account. Once it's done once, it actually will follow the exam account. So for example, my school number is 8606, so my 8606 exam 100, I'd have to set this up for 101, 102, any accounts that you're actually using. Please make sure that prior to the exams, students are signing in by adding a person on the Chromebook with that proper account. They set up the language settings, and then that way, regardless of which student uses exam 100, the language supports are always going to be available on it. So I'm going to give you a minute, just make sure that you have a Chromebook, look at your Proctor account, sign in with one of the exam IDs and passwords, and then I'm going to show you the process. I'm going to cast my Chromebook here so you can see what you're going to get students to do. So if students are watching this, hi students, here's what you're going to do once you've logged in. So now that students, you're logged in with the proper exam account, the username and the password, what you've noticed is that it takes you straight to Google Classroom. What we've enabled is you're going to be able to open a new tab, and you're going to be going to the Chrome settings. So in the new tab, you're going to type Chrome, semicolon, 2 slashes, settings / languages. So take a minute, type that in, and then you're going to see that you're going to be able, it'll pop you open so that you can change two things. We're going to be changing the language, and we're going to be changing the input method. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on language. From there, you can see that I've added French Canadian. Here's how I do it. You're going to click add language. When you get here, you can type French or you can scroll. And what you're going to see is it's going to give you your options. Now, because I already added the French language, if I scroll, you're going to see that I've put in my French Canadian. I've already added that language. So you're going to add French, and you'll say add. Now that you've added the input method for the language, you can go ahead and change the input method for the keyboard. So what you're going to do is you're going to enable the Canadian French keyboard. That's what you do when you say manage input methods. Here again is where you can check off or uncheck which one. So what you'll need to have is the US keyboard. That's the standard English keyboard we use. And because you've set up the languages, you're now going to be able to select Canadian French keyboard. Once you've checked those off, you just simply go back to your settings method. You can simply close that language settings tab, and then what you can do now to check your keyboards is you're going to notice in the bottom right hand of your Chromebook, right beside the exam login picture, you're going to see a little US show up. And what that means is that you have your keyboard settings. So now I can choose between those keyboards right by clicking on that picture and clicking on keyboards for the input method. The other thing that I can do is I can simply toggle between the keyboards by saying, hitting on my keyboard, Control, Shift, and Spacebar. So if I do that right now, watch in the bottom right hand of my screen that it's going to go from US keyboard to my other keyboard. And so I can simply hit Control, Shift, and Spacebar. Now I'm on the Canadian French keyboard. It'll take me back to English. And so I can switch between that very simply with that very short shortcut. So that's it. It's a very simple method. Unfortunately, we can't push this out to all of the exam accounts. It is something that has to be set up per user. So again, make sure before those PATs and those diploma exams that you are setting those input methods for any of our immersion schools. If you need any help, please let myself or anyone from the MTech team know, and we are happy to come out to your school. Good luck, everybody.